You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
Well, good evening, Tri-States. Welcome to yet another late edition of Overtime. Thanks for staying up with us as always. Well, today we covered all of the bases in regards to the spring sports season on this afternoon. Plenty of action from the area softball and baseball diamonds to bring your way tonight. That's a bit later in the show. We begin tonight with three storylines from the soccer field. The Hannibal Lady Pirates look to stay undefeated at home, while the Quincy High girls team put its conference unbeaten streak to the test. All the while, the QND girls soccer program is gaining some serious steam following that early season loss to Jefferson City Helias. That's where we start you out today at 10th and Jackson. QND and Alton Marquette going in this one, and the Lady Raiders actually scored 3 goals in the first 6 minutes of this game. This is not one of them, but it kind of shows you the day they were having. That free kick right on target, as were a lot of QND shots. Then we take you late first half. Cassidy Foley, no on the free kick, but Jordan Frericks, yes on the follow off the rebound. Take one more look. Foley puts it on target. Keeper can't handle it, and Frericks just trucks the keeper. A big hit right there, but that's her ball to take. She puts it in the back of the net. QND goes up 4-0 late in the first half, led by that same score at half. Cassidy Foley would add a goal in the second half as they get the win today, 5-0. Also, 2 goals from Abby Graw in this one as Julie Raby and Grace Horman combined for the shutout. QND 5-0 winners today. They move to 2-1-1 on the season. What about the QHS girls on the road today at the Maroons? And here's something that hasn't happened in almost 9 years. The Quincy High girls lose a Western Big Six game for the first time since the spring of 2004 today. Got down early 3-0 and really tried their hardest to battle back. It was 3-2 though when this one was all said and done. Moline ends Quincy's conference unbeaten streak. It would have been 9 years exactly a month from today. It was May of 2004. So this one, quite a turn of events here as Quincy High came off that tie from QND. That was certainly a momentum builder there. Then they go on the road at Moline, lose a tough one today. 3-2. It snaps that Western Big Six unbeaten streak on the line since 2004. But better news locally for Hannibal hosting Marshall today. And first half we were scoreless. We mentioned the wind today. Hannibal was playing into the wind against Marshall in this first half. They had a lot of chances, but really the wind was holding them back. You see a great chance right there by Bree Johnson. Just misses high after she got free. Then more great ball movement. Teresa Sheffer comes free in the box. That shot punched down, though, by the keeper, and that's the way it would happen for Hannibal in the first half. We were scoreless, but then we got going in the second half. Early on, Marshall attempting to clear, but Paige Utterback just going to volley this one out of the air. Far post off the hop, and Hannibal leads this game 1-0, and it wasn't more than, I guess, 2 or 3 minutes later. Ashley Wilson on the throw, going to do a bit of the cartwheel action there, and it would be Whelan getting a window, the freshman drilling home the goal. Hannibal goes up 2-0 at this point in the ball game. They would score again 2 or 3 minutes later. Teresa Sheffer got free for a goal to put Hannibal up 3-0. That would be your final today as Caitlin Edge gets another shutout in net. Hannibal 8-0 on the season. They have not been scored upon. And here's something very interesting. QHS and Hannibal meet up on Monday. That is going to be a heck of a game. Undefeated Hannibal taking on QHS on Monday. And Hannibal, your winner today, 3-0. How about we take you up to Iowa, Holy Trinity boys and Burlington. And everybody's kind of had those Murphy's Law kind of days. Well, that's unfortunately the way it was for the Crusaders today. Down 3-0 with the wind finally at their backs, but could not convert on that penalty kick right there. Marcus Knight sails one high. The wind kind of played some tricks on that one. Then moving in, open breakaway. That one sails high as well. Just a day of tough chances for Holy Trinity today as they lose 3-0 to Burlington on their home field. Also, some good news from some local wrestlers. It was Michael Peters of Quincy High School out at the National High School Coaches Association Freshman Nationals in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and the Blue Devil does some good. 7th place at this meet for Michael Peters, so a great showing there, and that's a huge momentum builder going into next season. And if I told you Will Lucy did good at a meet, well, I don't think anybody would be surprised. He goes to Cedar Falls, Iowa this past weekend, finishes in 8th place at the USA Nationals for the West Hancock product right there. So Will Lucy, as you saw, he had such a great finish to the season, going to Champaign, getting to state, and he continues it right here, 8th place at the USA Nationals. Congratulations to Michael Peters and Will Lucy. And that just makes us look all the more forward to next season's wrestling schedule. Well, when we come back, we will finally dive into all the day's baseball and softball action. As we mentioned, the conditions not so great, but that doesn't mean the highlights weren't so great. That coming up your way in just a minute.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
Welcome back to Overtime as we dive into all the day's baseball and softball. Beginning at Quincy High, new head coach Brigham John and the Blue Devils hosting Galesburg, looking to record a pair of wins in the Western Big Six column, and a two-gamer today as we take it to game two actually. Devils down 4-0 to the Streaks, bottom four here, but that's Ben Merrow. He's going to go to left center, roll one just about back to the warning track. He doubles into the gap. That's a good start for the Quincy High offense, and they would continue. A few batters later, Brad Unmazig is going to connect with one here and just puts it in the right spot, under the runner, through the fielders. That's into left field. That would score Merrill from second base, and Unmazig goes to second base on the throw. 4-1, Galesburg leading, but that's unfortunately all Quincy would get in that fourth inning. Alex Millian, though, entered on in the fifth. Brings the heat here on the strikeout, swinging K for him, but Galesburg found a lot of runs late in this game. They take game two, 11-6 was your final in that one. But mentioned it was a doubleheader. Game one went much better for Quincy High. 2-1, there were your winners there. It was a sac fly that won the game as Ben Merrow got it done, lifted a fly ball to the outfield that scored the winning run as Quincy High wins game two. Actually, game one, your final score in that one was 2-1. Quincy High wins it on a walk-off. What else we can bring you is Illini West. There you see that score, 2-1 in 8 innings. Ben Merrow, the game-winning sac fly. So Quincy High goes 1-1 on the day in Western Big Six play. Other baseball to talk about, Illini West and Brown County going at it in this one, and we'll see what we can bring you here as here we go. We got Illini West, Brown County. It was Chargers hosting the Hornets, top of the first. Braxton Phelps in scoring position at third, but Brody Gronwald gets the strikeout there for the second out of the inning, and he's trying to end it here, but Michael Scoggin shoots a single to right field, and the Hornets score the first run of the ball game. That's 1-0. Good start there. Gronwald, though, would bounce back with a strikeout to avert further damage. He just dials in, reaches back, and pumps one back to the catcher. He gets out, allowing just the one run. Top of the third, 2 outs now. Phelps again at third base. This guy just in scoring position all day. Again, Michael Scoggin delivering on the spot, delivering in the clutch here. Drives home a runner again. And bottom third, the Chargers, though, would find their answer. Brody Gronwald will single the bouncer into the outfield there. He's going to stretch it on the throw as Colton Mellinger, the RBI single to follow. That would score Gronwald, just a perfectly placed hit there. The short porch in left center as later on it would be Peyton Porter, an RBI single as well. Braxton Squire trying to make it a 2 RBI hit here, but he is going to be gunned down at the plate. Close play and good one for Brown County there as they get the extra runner to go away in that one. And it would be your final score in this one. Illini West fell behind early, and they would eventually recover and get this win. Final score was 5-2 in favor of the Chargers. Now we have a whole bunch of scores to give you from today's action. We will start you off with Macomb. Brett Taylor had such a big weekend last week with a bunch of home runs and some good work on the mound. He gets a complete game victory today over Rock Ridge. Final score there was 7-4, but Rock Ridge opens up the offense in game number 2, 16-11 your final there as the Bombers surrender 11 runs in the 5th inning, and that, of course, was the undoing there. So they go 1-1 on the day. Also, Liberty on the road at Calhoun. It was Calhoun getting a 3-run victory there, 9-6 your final. And one's final we just showed you, Illini West, of course, over Brown County, 5-2 in that one. Also, West Prairie, you talk about some offense today, 20-6 winners over Princeville, as it was Mr. Grant Bland, the complete game victory in this one. So good stuff for him. And also, West Prairie played Princeville as well, 5-2 winners, so they get a 2-game sweep today, as Dustin Logan goes the distance there, complete game victory for him. So the Cyclones get some very nice pitching today with a pair of wins. Also, Pittsfield playing Central. These two teams would split. It was the Saukeys taking number 1 in this one, 10-5. Mason Damon 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles in that ball game, but Central answers back in game number 2. All sorts of runs scored in this one, but 14-12, the decision goes for the Panthers as Logan Myers hit a round tripper in that one for the Panthers to answer and take game 2. Also, Beardstown went over BPCA today, 13-0 your final score there as Rick Dower 3 for 3, 3 RBIs. So the Tigers continue playing some very good baseball. 13-0 winners today. Also, Rushville Industry and Lewiston locking up for 2 games. It was Rushville taking game 1, 6-2, as Stoney Haynes goes 3 for 4 on the day. I love that name, Stoney Haynes. Kind of sounds like an old school blues musician or something. So Stoney Haynes, great day for him, 3 for 4. And also game number 2 goes to Rushville as well. 9-3 your final there as Austin Jones picks up 3 ribbies on the day. So Rushville looking very good on this Saturday. How about South Fulton scored a total of 31 runs today, 18 in game number 1 against Havana, 18-3 your final there, as it was R.J. Hampton, a pair of bombs in this one. Good stuff there. And then South Fulton scoring a lot again, 13 more in game number 2 over Havana. 13-2 your final there as Jordan Bear lights it up on the mound. 8 punch-outs on the day. Moving on, we have Rochester over Route. Again, more runs, wind blowing out seemingly in a lot of places today. Rochester 13-11 your final there, but Connor Stremlaw 3 for 3, a home run and 4 RBIs. That's how you fill a stat sheet. Also, Tolona Unity downs Route in game number 2 of theirs on the day. 18-1 Tolona, a very good ball club. Nick Lonergan, though, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, and he will see Connor Stremlaw's 4 RBIs and raise him 2. He had 6 chased home on the day, as that score, actually, that score's reversed. 18-1 Route, I should say, had the very good day over Tolona. 18-1 Route gets the winner in that second one. Nick Lonergan putting together just an absolutely huge day. Also, good one today between Griggsville Perry and West Hancock. 3-1 your final in game number 1. That goes for the Tornadoes as Matthew Kennedy twirls a gem, a 2-hitter in game number 1 there. And in the second side of things, actually in that first game, it was Caleb Bradshaw, a home run in that ball game to help the Tornadoes get the victory there. But West Hancock rights the ship in game number 2. Austin Hardy, 13 strikeouts, a home run, and 2 RBIs on the day, so helping his own cause. 8-0, the Titans get the win in that one in game number 2. Now we take it to Missouri in the Clarence Cannon Conference Tournament. Palmyra over Centralia. They blank them 6-0. Will Funkenbush, complete game, 8 strikeouts, just allows 3 hits on the day. That's doing some work right there. Also, Palmyra gets a win over South Shelby, 3-1. Josh Holtz, complete game, another 3 hitters. So Palmyra's pitchers not allowing a whole lot today. Also, it was California over South Shelby, 9-8. Your final in that ball game. Also, a couple of scores from Macon. Kirksville blanks the Tigers 10-0 in game number 1, but Macon downs Hallsville in a close one in game number 2. Final score there was 5-4. Now we can bring you some softball. Brown County Illini West Hornets, they would actually take a no-hitter and a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th in this game, but the Chargers with a runner at third, Mackenzie Harriman, the wind about to spoil Becca Wegg's day as it was a triple to right field, and Leah Pence coming home to score. She slides in there as Illini West finally on the board, erasing that no-hitter. Top of the 6th now, Hornets up 3-1, looking for more. Emily Hendricker with the first of the back-to-back singles here for the Hornets. Later, it was Becca Weggs dropping these squeeze bunts. About a little bit of small ball. They play it so well, and that would get the job done, actually chasing down the runner, so the great defense getting the job done for Illini West. Bottom 6 now. Holly McDowell will single for the Chargers. This one just offense back and forth all day. She rolls one into the outfield there, but more bad luck for Brown County. This liner by Leah Pence was a massive collision in the outfield grass there. Ouch. It's both players a little slow to get up, but glad to see them okay after that one. That's the kind of day it was, though, for Brown County. Unfortunately, Illini West gets a run on that one as they get the win 5-4. It was a walk-off single for Shelby White in extra innings in this one. In 8 innings, Illini West gets your win 5-4. So another walk-off winner today. A lot of good stuff there. How about Western and Central softball? Lady Wildcats up 7-0 and looking to hand Central its first loss of the season. Rachel Motley, the excellent basketball player, also an excellent pitcher. The strikeout to end the 6th inning there. J.C. Taylor is going to try and spur a rally here. The seeing eye RBI single makes it 7-1. Western still leading in this ball game, but Central couldn't scratch across anymore. Motley too strong on the mound today. You'll see her finish off with a K here as Western gets your win in this one. A good one for them, holding off any sort of offense from Central. Final score there was 7-1. Other softball scores to tell you about. QHS goes on the road at Galesburg. Played them in baseball. They play them in softball as well. QHS drops game number 1 to the Streaks 10-6, but they get things back on track in game number 2. Final score there was 9-8. How about Illini West? It was Rockridge taking a game actually over them 7-6. Also, it was Pittsfield over North Green 7-3. As you saw before, Western got the win earlier 7-1, and they also got one 5-4 was a score there for Western. As you saw them just a couple of minutes ago, it was 7-1 as well in the other game of that doubleheader. So 7-1 and 5-4. I can't talk tonight for whatever reason. Also, Beardstown tournament. Beardstown beats up on Triopia this afternoon, 17-1. Kayla Kirchner, a home run there. So the Tigers busting out a lot of heavy offense so far in the early going. Also, Beardstown beats Springfield 13-3. Elena Rollins, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs and a home run in that ballgame. So another great weekend for Beardstown. Also, West Hancock over Griggsville Perry, 9-5. Griggsville Perry gets one back, though, in the second game of things, 7-6 in 10 innings. Lexi Kessinger, 3 for 4 with a home run on the day as well. One tennis score we can tell you about: the Quincy High boys tennis team took 6th at the Richwoods Invitational up in Peoria today. It was Tom O'Connor getting the third place finish at number 2 singles. And on doubles, very good story here. Noah Ashman and Jack Stevenson take home the consolation championship at number 3 doubles. So Quincy High 6th as a team. And as you can see there, O'Connor, Ashman, Stevenson doing some work as well to bring home just a little bit of hardware. And we are got a lot more coming up your way on Overtime. All the college news we can tell you about: volleyball, baseball, softball. Stay tuned for that right here on Overtime. And we have turned the page to another new month on the calendar, which means it's time now to unveil our Con Connection of the month for the month of March and our randomly selected prize package winner. Now, here's a refresher. Here's how it all works. We give you 4 or 5 outstanding sports highlights per month, and you get the chance to vote on which is your favorite. Now, your vote determines the best highlight of the bunch, and as added incentive for you to go to connecttristates.com and cast your ballot, every single voter is thrown into a drawing that nets the winner of a great prize package from Con Communications. So we gave you the highlights for the month of March, and you have spoken. Our randomly selected winner was Sandra Chapin. She wins for the month of March, so she takes home a great prize package from our friends at Con Communications. And your winner, your connection of the month for the entire month, well, this one, well, you really can't go wrong with it. Raylyn Charlton, 4 goals a month ago, actually last month, and that's just absolutely unbelievable start for Hannibal. In one of those games, she had 4 goals. It was a first-half hat trick, added 1 in the second half, so she has been voted as the connection of the month, and that is just one of many good things for Hannibal girls soccer this season. So Raylyn Charlton, your connection of the month, and congratulations to Sandra Chapin, who will take home our prize package. And Sandra, we will have our people call your people to get that all worked out. Now, it's another new month, of course, so we have a new connection to bring you. We will start off our April connection from West Hancock, a Titan twosome doing some damage. It was Paxton Harmon earlier this week lifting off for a long home run, so he circled all the bases, but that was not it for West Hancock in this ball game. Austin Hardy, you saw him as our student athlete of the week last week because he can just do so many good things on the field and off the field, but more so on the field on this day. A home run to follow up his teammate Paxton Harmon there. So Harmon and Hardy, the dual home runs, your first connection for the month of April. And just a reminder, you can go online at the end of the month, vote for your favorite, and try and win that prize package, just like Sandra Chapin did for this last month of March. How about some college baseball now? Quincy University and William Jewell College, bottom one. Hawks down 5-0. William Jewell just really had a couple of pitchers sawing off some filthy curveballs today, but credit to the Hawks. They would battle back early in this one. That's Joe Williams, Kirksville product and former John Wood product, singling to right there. Then Mitch Broughton gets one to left as the Hawks using all fields here. That puts 2 on. And how about Nick Tyndall? 2 on for him. I mentioned using all fields. They go right, they go left, and they go to center field. He singles up the middle. That would score Williams 5-1. QU trailing at that point. Bottom 2, same score, but Ryan Richardson, first pitch of the inning, he is going to just launch this solo shot out to left field. Keeps it inside the foul pole there, so QU down 5-2 now. And really before you could blink, it was Peter Cunningham who followed with a home run. It was back-to-back shots for the Hawks to put them down 5-3. And in this game, remember, the Hawks trailed 5-0 early on. They get the win, 6-5. It was Broughton with a walk-off single. And how about this? Quincy University, 17-6 on the season, 12-2 in conference play. They are your leaders in the GLVC West Division because in Game 1, they also won 9-1 over William Jewell. There's their record, as I mentioned, 17-6. 12-2, sole possession of first place in the GLVC West. Great stuff there. John Wood Community College at home today, taking on the Hannibal LaGrange JV squad. Bottom 2, Blazers down 3. The wind, though, blowing out on 48th Street today. All you got to do is put one up in the jet stream, as Frank Marino does there. He did get all of this ball, but the wind just pushed it a little bit further. 3-run shot ties the ball game. Could not have come at a better time. Later on, Brandon Gennebacher on the hill. Runner attempting to take second base, but Aldair Adamus behind the plate, erasing the threat. He's going to put this one right on the money. Blazers playing a little bit of defense, and runner out by a step there. Great throw from behind the plate. Bottom 3, Trojans leading 4-3. They got a run back, but Tyler Johnson smacking a stand-up triple to left center. He would later score on a sac fly. So John Wood trailing early in this game. and they got the win as well. The last reported score I found for this one was 14-5. Not sure if that's your final, but it was 14-5 late in this ball game. In game one in this one, it was John Wood winning 14-2, so they find some offense from everybody today and a pair of wins there. Also, Culver Stockton over Baker 3-2 in game number one there. Craig Boster gets the win, 2 strikeouts and just 2 earned runs allowed on the day. Then 1-0 in the second game of this one, Cyrus Wimberly, 9 strikeouts. He brought a lot of power to the mound today. Also, Hannibal LaGrange, 23-7 winners over Benedictine Springfield. Travis Mundahl, 3 for 4, a grand slam, 6 RBIs to go along with it. Also, game number 2, not such good news. Benedictine Springfield gets 1 game back, 9-7. Ian Sykes, though, 3 for 5 with an RBI in that ball game. A lot of softball we can tell you about from the college docket today. It was William Baptist, the 5th-ranked team in the country, taking 2 over Hannibal LaGrange, 15-0 and 14-0. Culver Stockton getting a sweep of their own, excuse me, over Graceland, 5-0 as Bailey Gengenbacher, 2 RBIs in that ball game. Game number 2, it was 3-0 for the Wildcats. Jenny Ward, a complete game, 5-hitter. Good stuff there. Also, Truman State, couple of local products to tell you about. Hannah Washburn gets the win in this one. She is now 12-7 on the season, 17-0, a big winner there. And Kendra Hens, 8-2 in game number 2 in this one. She gets 10 strikeouts in the pitching victory there. So the Palmyra product doing some damage there at the next level. 8-2, Truman State, your winner there. How about Quincy University softball? They were winners 8-2 over Rockhurst in game number 1. Wendy Macias, 14 strikeouts in that game. Also, Rockhurst coming back, though, in game 2, 8-5, your winner there. And in NCAA softball, North Dakota State takes one over Western Illinois. Final score there was 13-1. We've got volleyball to tell you about. QU men hosting Purdue-Fort Wayne in this ballgame. First set on senior night for the Hawks. Jacob Voigtman from the middle. He is going to block that one, actually spike it, but it's blocked out of bounds, 12-8. Hawks leading in the first set. Mastodon serving. Voigtman, again, you'll see him come up here with the kill. Hawks got out to an early lead in the first set and would never look back. 13-9 your score there, and a great sequence here coming for Quincy's Brian Peth. You'll see him get 1 block on the left side here as the Mastodons recover. How about a second block just a couple of seconds later? That's a point for QU. Big play right there. 16-10, a 6-point edge for the Hawks. Later on, Peth would drop a kill just inside the baseline. QU takes set number 1, 25-21, and they would sweep IPFW on this evening. 3-0, a good win for them. They get their first conference victory of the season, and it comes on senior night.